World's loneliest elephant okayed to quit zoo for new life. An animal welfare group says that Kaavan the elephant will be allowed to leave his Pakistani zoo and transferred to better conditions.
Here's a summary of the article.
Dubbed the world's loneliest elephant by his supporters, Kaavan has languished at a zoo in the Pakistani capital of Islamabad for more than 35 years. The overweight elephant Kaavan underwent a full medical examination at the zoo on Friday, said Bauer. Rescuing Kaavan from the zoo's dire conditions attracted the attention of animal activists around the world, and celebrities including U.S. singer Cher, who lobbied for his relocation. Following the checks, which confirmed Kaavan is strong enough, steps will now be taken to finalize his relocation to an animal sanctuary potentially in Cambodia, Bauer said. His recovery will be a long one, said Bauer, adding that Kaavan's wounds are more than just physical. Kaavan, who lost his partner in 2012, has battled loneliness as well as poor living conditions. The Four Paws team that carried out Kaavan's physical included wildlife veterinarians and experts.
This post received a score of 40,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Meanwhile, the real loneliest elephant in the world, named Mali, is still living in Manila Zoo in the Philippines since 1977.
I just hate this.
Man, as if the animal cruelty wasn't bad enough, the author of this article has to go around roasting Molly the elephant, calling her a jumbo poser SMH. Show this poor majestic creature some respect. Greater than, unfortunately, the rescue comes too late for two lions that died during an attempted transfer at the end of July after local animal handlers set a fire in their enclosure to force them into their transport crates. The fuck?
Yeah, so this was a huge news story in Pakistan. Apparently the handlers were trying to transport the lions, but the lions wouldn't leave the cage to get into the transport truck. So after trying to prod them with sticks, they set fire to the far side of the cage so the lions would get away from it. But that's an idiotic idea, and the lions died of smoke inhalation and exhaustion. Really sad stuff. Article if people are curious.
That's why proper zoos train their animals with positive reinforcement to be comfortable going into their transport crates willingly when asked. I'm hesitant to call these zoos, or if they are the proper zoos need to find a new term to separate themselves from these places.
Yeah, proper zoos aren't the best, but at least they keep the animals safe and healthy.
Bless his dear precious heart. Wishing him a future filled with loving kindness.
Indeed. The elephant's medical and behavioral issues seems to be very damaged by living in the current enclosure and due to negligence by animal handlers. Sounds like any new enclosure would be better at this point, with more of a stimulative environment.
Sounds more like what happens to people when they're in solitary confinement too long. Just sitting cross-legged, swaying back and forth.
I petitioned for Kaavan to be sent to a sanctuary in Sri Lanka over 5 years ago. The poor thing used to be stuck in iron chains, roped around his legs. I remember when I visited the zoo he was in, and honest to God, I never saw a more sad animal in my life. I'm so fucking happy he's finally going to be sent someplace happy.
There's a large elephant sanctuary popular with tourists in southern India. The handlers abuse the elephants behind the scenes and the visitors don't realize it. There needs to be a real petition for that.
It really is sad, all of these organizations that have little oversight and proclaim to be sanctuaries while in actuality they are operating solely for profit and not for the benefit of the animals under their care. Let this serve as a friendly reminder to people that the appearance of an organization can be very deceiving, and if you are going to pay to visit animals, you should do a lot of research. Some of the best indicators of good animal welfare are this: the organization does not allow you to interact with animals, the organization is a registered non-profit whose mission is to promote conservation, and the organization has heavy education emphasis during visitation. If I were to visit somewhere housing animals and they didn't meet these 3 qualifications, I wouldn't give them my money, for I'd be running the risk that I am unknowingly supporting animal abuse or neglect.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.